أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everyone to today's class. I hope and pray that inshallah you're doing all very well. So, mad is an Arabic word, okay, and it means to lengthen or prolong, okay? So we're looking at normal elongation, and in Arabic, we would call that mad, okay? And that means when you make a sound or a word a bit longer than the normal one count, for example, okay? So when is there a mad, okay? What are the mad letters? Well, there are 3 mad letters, okay? There we go. And in Arabic, we can call them huruf al-mad, okay? Huruf means letters, okay? So letters of mad, okay? So letters of elongation. That's how we could translate it in English, okay? So 3 letters of prolongation, which are these? The first one is an alif, okay? The second one is a vowel, and the third is a ya, okay? So 3 letters of normal elongation of huruf al-mad, okay? Alif, vowel, and ya, okay? And inshallah today we will look and focus on alif, okay? And then we'll look at the other ones in the coming up lessons. So alif, okay? Huruf al-mad, as mentioned, causes prolongation, extension of a sound. So we make that sound a bit longer, okay? But you don't do that all the time. There's a rule for that, okay? And we make a huruf al-mad becomes a huruf al-mad when they come after certain strokes. So let's find out what strokes they need to come after, okay? So here we've got a fatha, okay? We've looked at this before, we've got fatha, and we know that this is a short stroke and it's always 1 count, okay? Here I've got a simple alif, okay? Now, when this alif, okay, is preceded, okay? So the letter before has a fatha on top of it, this alif becomes a alif mad, okay? And we will make the stroked letter long. We will elongate that sound, okay? So an alif mad causes the sound to be prolonged up to 2 counts, okay? So if you've got a letter with a fatha on top of it and then straight after it, next to it, there's alif, then we will make that sound long for 2 counts, okay? There's a difference here, okay? And it's very important you note that. Here we've got the alif by itself, okay? And fatha by itself is 1 count. But if they are joined together, as in there is a fatha letter, and then straight after it, right next to it, there is an alif letter, then that alif letter becomes an alif mad, okay? So the reason that this is an alif mad is because the letter before it carries a fatha, okay? That's how I know that this alif is an alif mad, okay? So alif mad causes the sounds to be prolonged for up to 2 counts. Let's have a look at some examples and let's have someone to help me. So let's have GB11259. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
How are you?
Good.
Alhamdulillah, that's great to hear.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakallah for asking. Did you understand the rule that we are focusing on today?
Yes.
Superb, that's fantastic to hear. So over here, you can see on your screen, what letter have I got here?
Lam.
I've got a lam, and what stroke does the lam carry?
Fatah.
A fatha, fantastic. And how long do I spend on the fatha letter?
1.
1 count, fantastic. So how will I say this letter?
La.
Fantastic. Short, simple, 1 count, la. Yeah?
Yeah.
Superb. Now, next to it over here, can you see I've got this lam again with the
Yes.
fatha, but can you see right next to it, there is an alif?
Yes.
Yeah? So that means, what type of alif is this?
It is a elongation alif.
Fantastic. It's an elongation alif. Fantastic. Well done. It's an alif mad. Okay. And why is it an alif mad?
Because it is an alif mad because you prolong it for 2 counts.
Fantastic. We do prolong it for 2 counts. And the reason for that is because the letter before the alif, which is this lam, carries what on top of it? A fatha. Fantastic. Well done. That's why this alif has become a alif mad. Okay. If there was no fatha here, if there was a kasra, then this would not become an alif mad. But because the letter before, so this lam has a fatha on top of it, this alif has become an alif mad, and I must make it 2 counts long. So I would read it as la.
La.
Fantastic. Well done. What letter do I have over here?
Ta.
I've got a da. What stroke does the da carry?
Fatha.
A fatha. Well done. And how long do we spend on a normal fatha letter?
1 count.
Superb. 1 count. Now, I would read this like you said correctly, da. Okay, 1 count. Short, simple, da. Can you say that once?
Ta.
Fantastic. Now, over here in this box, I've got that same da with the fatha, but then straight after it, I've got what letter?
Alif.
An alif, okay? Now, what type of alif is this?
Alif madda.
This is alif madda. Fantastic, well done. How do we know that this is alif madda?
Because we can see the fatha on the ta and there's a alif after it.
Fantastic, well done. Just one correction. So this ta is a very simple straight letter, okay? So it's a ta, not a to. There is a difference between the letter to, which is the round one, okay, and this letter, this ta, okay? Can you hear the difference? Yeah. So you're right. So the reason how I know that this is alif mad is because I need to look at the letter before the alif. Does it carry a fatha? If yes, then this alif becomes an alif mad and I must prolong it. If, however, the letter before this alif carried a kasra, then this alif would not become a mad letter, okay? So the rule is that the letter before the alif, if it has a fatha on top of it, then this alif becomes an alif mad, and that means that I need to make the sound 2 counts long. So I would read it as da. Fantastic, well done. So can you hear the difference? This is short da, 1 count. And then next to it here, when there's an alif mad, I make it 2 counts long. Da.
Ta.
Fantastic. Well done. Jazakallah for your participation. Beautifully recited.